Hello everyone, welcome to the Joget DX Application Building Series webinar. In this webinar, we will be showcasing on how to build the customer and supplier onboarding app in 30 minutes. My name is Adrian and I'll be the moderator for today. Right, so before we begin, we do have a few housekeeping items to go over with. First of all, this webinar will be recorded. If you miss any or all of today's event, you'll later have access to the recordings. We are taking questions from the audience. So if anytime during today's presentation you have questions, please go ahead and use the Q&A button or even the chat to submit your questions. And we'll get to as many as we can near the end of today's webinar. Also, when the webinar ends, you'll be directed to the survey form. So please do provide us with any feedbacks so we can further improve our presentation better for you in the future. And lastly, at the end of today's webinar, we'll also be doing a drawing for 5 basic DX course vouchers worth $250. So stick around and hope you'll be one of the five lucky winners. All right, so with that, let's kick off with today's webinar. So in this session, we'll be doing some role playing. Let's begin by introducing our speakers and their roles. We have Hugo Lim, VP for Customer Success. Would you like to say something, Hugo?
Yep, sure. Thank you, Adrian. Hi everyone. Thanks for joining our webinar today. This is Hugo. So I'll be doing some live demo with my colleague here, Penny.
All right, thank you. So Hugo will be playing as the Joget app designer, where he'll be gathering the requirements from the customer. He will be then building the app, displaying how easy it is to customize and the flexibility of the Joget platform. And next we have Penny Lee, our marketing associate. Say hello, Penny.
Hey everyone, this is Penny and I'll be playing the customer role, coming from a manufacturing background, looking for ways to digitize my manual processes. So I hope you enjoy the session.
Thank you, Penny. Right, so let's take a look at the agenda. So first, we'll take a look at the challenges the customer is facing and what they want to achieve. Then it'll be the actual demo on how the app will be developed. And then we'll see if they're able to achieve their objective. And lastly, we'll get to as many questions as we can during the Q&A session. All right, let's begin. I'll be giving remote control to Penny. And yep, here you go, Penny. You have control.
Okay, thank you, Adrian. Let's see. Okay, let's begin. Hey Hugo, how are you doing?
Hi, Penny. I'm good. How are you?
Well, we have been busy looking for a cost-effective solution to digitize our business operation, especially
Sure.
on the customer and supplier onboarding process.
All right.
And
Tell me more about the problems and see how I can help you out.
yeah, sure. So let's move on to the other slide and we will see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you know what, Hugo? Our
Mm-hmm.
company depends a lot on paper processes. And employees will need to use the paper forms to collect the customer and supplier information and then pass it to the admin department for them to again manually key the data into the Excel.
Okay.
And obviously, this takes up a lot of time, and at times there might be typo mistakes and miscommunication since everything is based on human labor.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. Carry on.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So you're
on.
saying that there's lots of few things that I pick up just now. Customer onboarding process, vendor onboarding process.
Yep.
Both of them are using paperwork. So imagine the customer needed to fill out the paper and then pass it to a colleague and to have it entered into some form of systems, which I presume maybe you are using Excel for now, right? And
Yep.
you're looking into improving or automating the process that you have right now, right? So
Yeah.
so you have paper passing around, right? That means there's a high data security risk, right? Because paper may go missing. It may be been passing around and it'll be very difficult to keep tracks on their whereabouts. Is
Yeah,
that
you got it right, Hugo.
okay? Right,
Yeah,
right,
and in fact, right, some of the unauthorized parties might even be able to access to the Excel sheet, which might contain
mm,
the confidential info, and hence this will lead to the information leakage.
right,
And on top of that, right, it's also very difficult for us to collaborate and keep track of the latest Excel sheet. And as the information is all over the place, there's no single source of truth at all, Hugo.
mm. All right, okay. I can see your challenges here, and what are you looking to achieve?
Yep, sure. So when it comes to the goal, right, first of all, we would like to reduce the amount of time spent on manual data entry so that we can better allocate the company resources and our team members can better focus on the much more prioritized tasks. At the same time,
Mm,
we also like to minimize the mistakes and so that we can improve the accuracy of the data and to be able to constantly monitor the work progress.
right, right. So you're gonna do away from having a paper form, right?
Mhm.
By doing away with that, you have the customers, the vendors, to make use of digital forms or whatever apps that we're gonna develop later, right? So that they are
Yeah,
able to key in into our system directly, and to then your colleague can focus on checking the data, and that would be the so-called single source of truth, or you have better data protections, so to speak, as well, right? Because you don't have paper forms flying around, passing around,
yeah.
and yep, you're right. So it's something that we should aim to achieve.
Yeah. In fact, when we say improve data accuracy,
Mm,
we only want the authorized parties to be able to access the customer and the supplier data as and when required, so that there is no information leakage and you can also have a better data protection.
mm,
And to add on, right, most importantly, it will be even great if we can centralize all the information to allow
yep,
our team members to be able to gather and retrieve the information, everything at the same place. In other words,
cool.
lah, it's
Mhm.
more on synchronization of the data.
All right, all right. So we have, all right, I get you, Penny. So
Yep.
so with the premise set, right? So let's get on and see, right? How can we create such apps and to solve all these problems in the demo later on?
Okay, cool.
Mm,
So, but before we begin the demo, I think we are going to have a poll session, Adrian.
mhm. Over to you.
Yeah.
Right, so we're gonna have a short poll before we begin the demo. Here you guys, hold on. Yep, okay, so the question is, are you using or planning to use low-code platforms to support citizen developers? So the available answers are yes, we are using low-code platform. Second answer is yes, we plan to use it in the next 3 months. Third one is yes, we plan to use it in the next 6+ months, and no, we don't have any plans. So we're going to leave the poll for about a minute or two, and I'll announce the results. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, so we are getting quite a few results already.
All right. So this is just a quick check to see, because in the demo, we are gonna make use of Joget, a low-code, no-code platforms in order to run through the demo. So we just want to take a quick gauge and see among the audience, um, how's the perceptions, up, things like for if you are using any of these platforms, be it
All right.
Joget or some other low-code platforms. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to end the poll now. Right, so we have an overwhelming response where they are actually using local platforms. And second is they're planning to use within the next 3 months. Yeah, those are the current answers that we have, the majority.
Any percentage
Oh,
number
right.
to it?
So we
Yeah.
have about 34% who are saying that they are using local platforms, and about 28% will be
Mhm.
using it in the next 3 months.
Mm.
Cool. All right. And anyone that choose the no answer?
Yes, we do have quite a few actually, about 24%.
24, right? So there's more than 70% who are using or plan to use it in the
Yeah.
near future. Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Good
Well,
to
that
know.
makes me even more excited.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna go next to the demo.
Okay.
Hugo.
All right. I think you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
So let me set the premise here. So I'm currently at the Joget App Center. and I'm already logged in as the admin, right? Just a very just to give everyone a bearing, right, on what we are looking at. This is the App Center, where we can see an array of applications. Say, for example, we can click into expenses claim app, right? As the title suggests, it's all about claim submission, right? So we're gonna create
Okay.
such and similar applications, right, in order to try to solve Penny's um,
Challenges and meet my objective.
challenges, yes, customer onboarding and supplier onboarding, right?
Yep.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna click on design new app. Okay, so we're gonna start with the customers onboarding first, right?
Okay.
So we're
Cool.
gonna just do that. Okay, so let me just create a blank app, customer onboarding. Okay, so we started with blank canvas right now. So let me just enter things that we're gonna usually start building. The first thing that we're gonna start building with is usually a form, right? Because the form is what everyone is most familiar with, right? So that's the very
Yep.
first steps. Customer onboarding account, right? Click on save, and you'll bring us to the form builder.
Okay.
All right, so just give it a second. And there we go, right? So it's kind of what you see, what you get kind of interface. We'll just need to drag and drops and start building the form, and Joget will take care of all the like table creations, column provisioning and stuff like that. So Penny, what do we have in your customers onboarding form?
Okay, so to keep it
Mm,
simple, let's start
mm,
off with three fields: the company name, contact
okay,
number, and the onboarding date.
cool. Okay, right. Company name. Okay.
Yep.
Onboarding
Date.
date. Okay, that would be a date picker. All right, date
Yeah.
picker. Onboarding date. Onboarding date. Okay. Okay. We can go into advanced if we need to. Do you want to set the display format?
Yep, that would be even better. Can we set it to say month, day, and year?
Sure. MMDDYY. All right. Okay. Preview. Quick check whether it's working or not.
Yep. Okay.
April the 8th. Yep. Yep. It's good. This.
Okay.
This.
We also
This.
need.
Yep.
Yeah, this is good, but yeah, I think we missed out something. The
Yep.
contact
Yep.
number.
Contact number. There you
Yeah.
go. All right. Contact number. Mm-hmm. So just wanted to say that the preview, the UI here is not final. There will be another user theme treatment. So the end user view will be
Much
better, right?
more.
So yeah,
I
you'll see in just a bit. So these are
Okay.
sections here. All right. So this section. Let me just we can have multiple sections, but right now just keep it simple, right? We can always come back and improve and change the form design. But what I'm
Okay.
gonna do, just give me a sec. Let me just make it very meaningful. All right. Account details.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
Account details and click OK. All right, so let's stick with these three fields for now. Let me show you how it looks like to the end user, right? So Penny, on the right hand side, let me just hit on the generate app,
Okay.
okay? And then we're gonna make use of CIUD. CIUD actually stands for is the basic operations of a form record to create, to retrieve, update, and delete, right? So sounds yeah. So let me
Sounds
just generate.
confusing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me just generate. We will come back here and to also generate the approval flow. But for now, okay, let's check out the end user view. Okay.
Okay. Sure.
So when we come back here, there's a form, list, and a user view right now. If I let me just click on launch. All right, and there we go. Right. So this is the end user view. This is the view that you and your colleague will be using in order to perform all the data entry.
Oh. Okay.
So let me just hit on the new button here and let's try it out, right?
Okay.
ABC.
So with
Yeah.
this, I
Mhm.
think I can eliminate all the papers flying around my office, you know?
Yep. So you can actually make this accessible to your customers.
Mm-hmm.
You can delegate access and open up to your end customers or your suppliers by doing so.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Yep. So let me just add another record to try it out. There's another thing that we can actually do. Validations. So in this second record, I did not key in any contact number, right? So what I want to point out is that we can also add validations, and we can always go back to the form builder to improve the design, right? So with this, you can adopt iterative development cycle. So you can always, so these are DevOps styles, right? You can always get to test and quickly come back and improve upon the design.
Yeah,
Okay,
yep.
so what I'm gonna do now is to just try to make them mandatory field, right? So I just need to edit the text, set the validator, and the company name is now a mandatory field, right? So we can
Okay.
do so for any the rest of the field if you want to, but
Okay, cool.
to save time, let's just apply apply it to one.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so let me get back here, click on new, and if I try to submit a blank form, it will stop me from doing so.
Okay. Yep, this is what
Yep.
exactly we wanted. Okay, cool.
Okay, all right. So, yep.
So,
So this is a listing of records.
yeah. Actually, I saw there's this ID column over there, but to be honest, we don't need it. Can we remove it?
Of course. All right. So I have a quick edit mode here.
Okay.
Let me just turn on the admin bar and turn on the quick edit mode, right? So we will need to manage the list here. So there's this green button here where I can click on it. It will bring me to the respective builder in order to manage the design in there. So let me just go ahead and do this,
Okay.
right? And so let's add value to the data list here. So what can we do here, right? We can organize the column. Say we can drag in a date created. Would you like to perform any filtering?
Yep, sure. So can we filter the company name and the onboarding date?
Sure, we'll just need to drag and drops and
Okay.
the onboarding date. Okay, so this is a date, right?
Mm.
So let me show you what we have, right? So we can customize. By default, it's just a text field.
Can we try the date range?
Of course, right? Date
Okay.
range. Okay, let me check out the settings. It's displaying in the intended format that you wanted, that we set earlier.
Yep.
However, the data format is not. So let me just fix this
Yeah,
very
Monday and
quickly.
year.
Yeah, so we're gonna search in MDY. Okay, so let's see.
Okay.
Let me just save, get back to live, refresh, and it is good here, but it is not good here, right? So the onboarding date is YMD. So give me a sec. Let me just get back here, onboarding date, formatter. Let me just fix this, okay? Date formatter, YMD, gonna turn it into MDY. I think we are good. Preview.
Okay. Hero, I just thought of,
Yep.
right? Is there a way that we can bold the name, the company name? Like bold it and maybe set it in another color so that it's much more prominent.
Sure, good question. So it's the same treatment or plugin type that I'm doing now to the onboarding date. I'm applying a formatter, so you'll be
Okay.
able to transform the raw values, so to speak. So customer name, click on it, formatter, default formatters, and we can set to both.
Okay, cool.
All right, so let's test it out. There you go. Okay, we are good here. So
Yep.
let me just save and refresh here. There we go.
Okay. So I can see that the company name is bolded already. Okay, awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, so far it is good, but I just thought of, can we actually add on a radio button and a multiple select box in the form, so that whenever our customers say they need to choose a type of training to attend, so through that we will be able to keep track of the status and the progress.
Okay, right. So let's see what we have right now. Okay, edit. So you're suggesting that we want to add more fields, right? The training courses stuff, right?
Yep.
Okay, get back to the form builder. Okay, requires training, so it can be a radio. Okay, let's try.
Yep.
Okay, so
This will be say training. Yep.
training, and then gonna say
Yes or no.
maybe if it's a radio, let's experiment. You just need to check one time. Can you uncheck? Okay, let me just do a quick experiment.
Yep.
Because there's only one radio. Okay, hold on. Okay, I need to.
Okay.
Right. So I mean, we are free to experiment. It's
Yep.
okay to
Sure.
make mistakes. So okay,
Definitely.
yes and no. Okay, cool. All right. So when I choose yes, then I would like to choose the courses, right? So I can make use of the multi-select box. Okay. And so for the sake of this demo, I'm gonna just hard code them here, right?
Okay.
Okay, is it okay if I just cost A and cost B, right?
Yep.
Just
Sure. Definitely.
yeah, just a demo. Okay. All right, courses. Okay, so Penny, I'm gonna show you something. All right, so I think that the logic is only if I choose yes, I'm required to choose the courses, right? Okay, so I will need to know the value here. So it's a yes for training. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, watch me. Okay, right. So what I'm gonna do
Okay.
here, I've actually created another sections here, right? So I'm gonna go to advanced options, visibility control rules. I'm gonna say yes. Okay,
So what will
preview.
happen?
There we go. You see it now. Okay, right. So
Oh.
if I choose yes, then I get to choose the courses.
Oh, I see.
Okay,
Okay.
is that good to you?
Yep. Yep. Definitely. Yep.
Okay, all right. Let me just click save. Get back here. Okay, and save. All right.
Okay. So this is how it works.
Yep. Give me a sec. Okay. We have new fields, right? So
Yeah.
let me just have it reflected in the listing here. At
Okay.
least, let me just drag in training, right? So you'll show a yes, no. Let me
Yep.
just preview. Remind me later. No, I don't need that. Trainings. Another thing is that we can also make the column sortable.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So
Didn't
save.
know about this earlier.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so
Refresh.
now it seems good, but can we add on, say, maybe an approval process?
Sure, we can do that. Approval process rather than a, a
CIUD?
data entry, right? Oh, yep. You're using that
Okay.
term. Yeah. Yep. So we can just get back to the form, make
Okay.
use of the app generator again.
Mm-hmm.
Click on approval process. Okay.
Okay.
So approval is something common, right? So we have it as boilerplate or templating template, right? Which we can just use this to kickstart and to refine the flow after we generate it, right? So let me just check this and click on the generate button, right?
Okay.
So yep, so you'll be able to customize on top of this template here, okay?
Okay, cool.
So let me show you how it looks like in the front end. Then I'll show you the back end. Okay, so in the front end, we have a new category added with quite some menus,
Oh,
new menus, right?
okay.
So if I click on submit account, right, you'll be seeing the same exact form, right? T-U-V-ing, okay?
Okay.
Right? But by submitting the form, okay, it will actually,
Mm-hmm.
okay, let me just turn the page around to the back end. It will actually configure mapping. It will actually kickstart the process. It will send out email if it's
Okay.
configured to the email too, right? With this message. And you will then go to the approval activity that will be assigned to the approver, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so there's a flow to it. It won't be just a normal form submission. Okay,
Okay.
so let me just click submit and I'll show you how it works.
Okay, cool.
Okay, all right. So so what happened here is that under my submitted account, there's a entry being added, means it shows that I'm the one who submitted and therefore I can check what I have submitted. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and also under the approval menu, it just happens that the approval assignment is being assigned back to me, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because this is demo.
yeah, just a demo. We can of course configure them accordingly so that you will go to the rightful user later on.
Okay. So
Okay.
I saw there's this clarification button in the process builder earlier. So what will happen if
Mm,
let's say for example my customer they submitted a form and requested for a training course A, say for example, and then
mm.
our team will need to approve the form, either approve it or maybe reassign it to someone else or require it for further info. So how can we make use of the clarification thingy?
Hmm. Yep. Sure. Let me show that to you.
Yeah.
It's actually already baked in. We can clarify
Mm-hmm.
what do you need, for example, and just hit on the clarify button, right? Before I do that, maybe, let me just stay on, right, and complete the flow
Okay.
first, and then I'll explain how it works in the back end.
Okay.
Right, so you will actually go to, so we have achieved that, right? You actually go back to clarification menu where the requester would be able to clarify, right?
Mm.
For yada, 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 right?
Mm.
And to complete it again. But just to give you the bearing on where we are right now, let me just click on the process status here, right? In
Oh,
here, you can see that, yeah, so you will get a better sense of where we are and where it will go to next. So
yeah.
currently, it has gone through approval and right now it is seeking for clarification,
Yep.
okay?
I think in this way, I believe we can now better keep track of the data and monitor it from time to time.
Yep, yep, yep.
Okay, awesome.
So let me just move forward with this,
Okay.
okay? And it has gone back to approval, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and of course, if you want to, we can also perform bulk action as well. If there are
Was it?
multiple approval to be done, yeah, we can just click on the data list bulk actions here, right?
Oh, okay. It's
Or
much more
we can
convenient.
also go into, yep, or we can go into individual form level and to perform to take uh, the next course of actions. So in this case here, you can actually see
Mm.
there are lots of controls and there are lots of buttons, right? And we are
Yeah.
in approval, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let me just take a pause here, go back to the back end, okay? So this is a developer view, right? Currently we are at approval. If you want to, we can click on more settings here,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And this is how all those buttons that you saw earlier appear, right?
Oh.
Because it has been they have been enabled, right? So for example, we enable clarifications, right? So we will have the ability to clarify. We also have the ability to reassign the approval activity to someone else, right? Say that I uncheck this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot more settings here, right? So if I uncheck this and submit, it will get reflected in the front end on the next load, right? So there's a reassign button here, right? So let
Mm.
me just refresh. And the reassign button actions is now gone, right? Because we
Oh,
have just remove it.
I see. This is interesting.
Yep.
Okay, so far it is good, but can we actually, right? Let's say, for example, since go back to the data list earlier, we already
Mm-hmm.
have a few section, but now since we have this approval process, can we add on the status over here so that it's
Sure.
yeah, clearer for us to see as well?
Yep. So let me just turn on the quick edit mode again, list.
Okay.
And to hunt for that, I think it's status.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just preview. And yep, I think this is it. Is it
Oh,
status? Yeah, I think this is it. Yep, that's it. Yep,
I
status.
see.
So
Okay.
let me just rename it. Yep, let
Can
me
we
just set it to
maybe
Mhm.
turn this status column into say a blue field, a blue section?
Uh, you mean the color of the font?
The color of the text. Yep, you got it right.
Oh, I see. Sure. Default formatter.
Mm-hmm.
Color code. Okay, I think I can just key in blue. Preview, and there you go.
Ah, okay. Yep, this is great. Okay.
Okay, all right. Let me just save and close this. And let me just close off this as well. Okay, all right. What's next? Let's see.
Okay, so I can see the
Mhm.
status is being listed there and it is blue. So this so far it's good, but just thought of another thing, Hugo.
Mhm.
Can we um use this entire app, or our customer can they
Mhm.
submit the form on their mobile devices besides their PC?
Yes.
Yeah, because at
Yes.
times they might not be at the office, and yeah, mobile is the
Yep.
only thing that they have.
Yep. Sure. Sure. You can have it for all, not just for your customer. So let me just turn on the developer view. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you get a bit scary here, but don't get
Okay.
into that. So I'll just need the responsive view, right? So Joget, all the applications created on Joget by default, it is a PWA app, progressive web applications.
I see.
It means few things. Okay, one of which is that the applications created, it is responsive, right? We can also enable push notifications and also make use of the in-device storage. That also means something. Okay, let me see if I can show it to you. Right. So to answer your question first,
Mm.
it is responsive, so you can have it. You can work on it on your laptop, desktops, tablets, and also mobile devices. So if
Mm.
I'm able to edit the form, right, it would be responsive as well, right, and it will react accordingly. Okay.
Oh,
And
I see. Okay.
yep. So another thing is that being a PWA applications, we would also, to certain extent, we will also be able to bring the application offline and
Submit the
still
form.
able to work on it. Yes. Okay.
Oh, I see. How
So
does it work?
yep. Was about to get there. So in this
Mm-hmm.
Chrome developer view thingy, let me just simulate an offline environment.
Okay.
And you actually indicate that I'm currently offline right now. Okay. And so let me see if I'm able to create a new record.
Okay.
All right. As always, this is a demo. This is a real demo, right? Things have gone wrong. So
Okay.
there's actually, let me just see, right? Approval. Let's see if we
Yep.
can
Sure.
perform approval. Okay. The earlier error is actually due to data synchronizations. It the applications will need to sync up certain data before actually gone offline. So some parts of it are not in sync right now. But in this case, if I go to another menu, I can actually see it happens to have been synced over, right? So I'm able to perform approval.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and let's see if I'm able to submit this form or not while being in the offline mode. So this is TUV ink, right? Let me just click on the approve button. and it actually shows that we are currently offline, and these are the data that being withheld, right, in the in-device storage, so that and as when we get online, you will attempt to perform the synchronizations.
Ah, I see. Okay,
Okay,
I got it
all
now.
right. Okay, so
So,
let's try to get back online.
yep,
Okay, and see if the magic happens.
let's see.
Okay, so it has been seeing successful.
Mm-hmm.
And if I were to go back to manage account, I can see that it has been, indeed, it has been approved.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yep. So it
That
did.
means data is being synced.
Yep. So it actually works. Yep. My close
Okay.
account, TUV, view. Right. So go ahead. Yep.
Okay. Okay, cool. So before
Mm.
we move on, right, Hugo, I
Mm.
saw there's one question from our attendees, and he asked about, can you show how to create a link on one of the values, say like the company name from the data list? So how can we do it?
Create a link. We need to know where to point to, but let me just show where it will be set, right?
Okay.
Sure. So edit the list. Company name.
Mm-hmm.
So we will just need to go to, so let me just bring it to the side, right? So company name, okay, action mapping, hyperlink.
Ah, okay.
So here, for example, quick example, we go to Google and we want to perform a search, right? So maybe you search by the company name, click OK, click save, refresh, and there we go.
Oh, okay. So
There we
what will
go.
happen? Ah, I see. So this is the end result.
Yep. So you'll be passing the value to it, and it depends on the. Of course, it depends on the target website. So in this case, actually, so the keyword is actually Q, right? So let me just get back here. Action mapping change to Q, right?
Okay.
So we're gonna just perform a Google search on the company name, right? Joget Inc. Open in a new link. There you go.
Okay. Okay. This is
All right.
awesome.
So I
I can
hope
see
that
that.
we answered the question. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that Joget offers much more flexibility and customization now already. This is awesome,
Yep.
Hugo.
Yep. So there are various layers. Also, it depends on how and if you understand the ecosystems and how to achieve it. But so far, you can see that throughout our demo process here, we don't actually coded anything at all. It's all about configurations, drag and drops, right?
Yep, exactly.
Mm.
So
Moving on.
yep,
Yep.
moving on. So I can see that the theme now is actually blue, but you know what? My design team is very very particular about our company corporate branding. So what if we want to customize the entire user view theme? How can we do it?
Of course. It's a fair ask. So let me just see. Let me just show you how we can perform all those customizations. So
Okay.
so all the while we have been working on the form builder, list builders, and the process, right? So there's another builder which called as the user view builder. And just click into it, and you'll bring us to the, or you can think of this as an interface builder or the menu builder, right? So this is where we can change the theme currently in use, right? So there are two ways to do it. It's either to customize over existing theme, right? Say that I change the primary color here, right? Or we can also switch to a totally different theme, right? So DX X admin theme, for example, right? This to customize. Let me just preview. There you go. Right. So this theme is specials in the sense that it actually opens up in
Multiple tabs.
multiple tabs here. Yes.
Ah,
Right.
okay.
And And if this is not enough, right, it is also possible. Let me just bring you to the Joget Marketplace. So from the App Center here, you can click on download from Marketplace.
Okay.
Okay, right. So this Joget Marketplace, you just need to can just sign up for a free account here. Just log in. Right. So there are various apps available. You can download it, test it out, right, and use it for learning as well.
Oh,
So what I
okay.
want to show you is the plugins here, right? So
Mhm.
there are various form plugin, data list, related user view. So we're going to look at the user view theme. Say, for example, you can try out the color admin theme, right? So this is how it looks like. Okay.
Okay.
So if you want this plugin, you just go ahead on the top right, click on the install button.
And that's it?
And that's it. Yep, you have a new
Oh,
plugin
okay.
installed in your own copy of Joget. So there are four themes here, right? So let me
Mhm.
just refresh. And settings,
Okay.
right? And we can see there's a new theme added, just added, right? Color admin, right? So it's a primary color, maybe greenish color, right? Preview. And there we go.
Okay.
Right.
So
So, yep. So I hope that you're able to take on from this point onwards.
definitely, this is absolutely what we needed, Hugo.
Okay. And so just a quick check. It should still be responsive as well, right?
Ah, okay, cool.
Okay.
So since we are done with this user view design thing,
Mm-hmm.
I've been curious, Hugo, can we control the access to this entire customer onboarding app? Say, for example, our admin department
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be able to access the data of the customer, but our sales and our, say, finance department will be able to get
Mm.
the access and retrieve the information from on the entire customer list. So how can
Mm.
we make this possible, Hugo?
Thanks for asking that. I've totally forgotten about this. Yep,
Ah, okay.
yep. You talk about data security risk earlier, right? In your slides, right? So let me show you how we can assert control, right? And some of the layers there, right? So what we are looking at is the user view here, right? So we can control even at the user view level. So this is to the entire user view, right? So let me just do a quick settings here, and you can see it right away. Login user, if I were to set to login user, okay. So I'm gonna do it incrementally, right? So that we are able to see, right? What's the effects? Okay. So let me just open the welcome page in a. Let me just bring out an incognito window, right? So if I were to access this as nobody,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'll be brought to the login page, right? So there's no way that I can log in, right? So
Yep.
it is, we must log in order to proceed, right? This is because of the setting here, right? And once you are logged in, there's another lower level. The next level would be at the category level to control, right? So if we are logged in, we can also say that permissions, right?
Okay.
Move it around here. And we say that maybe we want to tie it to a specific user or a group of users, right? So there are various controls available, right? So if I were to assert this, control means only those users from the managers groups would be able to access this category. Okay, so
Mm.
that's another place to control. And in case, say that at the please keep me in check and see if I'm still answering your questions.
Yep.
let's say there are certain data that are sensitive to certain that's only available to certain rows of users, right? We can even assert control at the form level as well.
Oh,
Okay, we
I
can
see.
go down to field level. Okay, it can be form level. Okay, there's a lot to take in right now, but let me try to
Yep.
explain. Right, we can control at the section level, right? Or we can also make use of the advanced tools. Okay, this is actually available in all the builders, the form builders, the data list builders, and the user view builder, where we can have fine-grained control, right? So what we recommend is that normally we'll just set it to a row of users, okay, on the left here, and then we'll decide, say by default, you only have this as read-only, or you're able to edit them, right? Or you only enable certain rows when it matches. So for example, you will always be read-only as default,
Oh, okay.
and if you force into this group, right, then you are able to edit them, right? So there we go. This is fine-grained control,
Okay, cool. So with
right?
this, I believe we can now better take control and protect our
Mm,
data so that the unauthorized parties will not be able to access to the confidential info.
yep, yep,
Okay,
yep.
awesome. With that, I think the customer onboarding app is done already.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, awesome.
And yep. And I think we're actually running out of time for the second app. Is the second app has similar design
Yeah,
by any chance? Yep.
yeah, you got it right, Hugo. Our second
Okay.
app is in fact very similar to the customer onboarding app. So, I can say almost all the field is the same. So, is there a way
Okay.
that hit the app?
Right. So we have the CIUD and we have an approval flow, right? We
Mhm.
can if you it's very similar, right? We can just clone whatever design that we have right now, and
Okay,
then we can tweak them accordingly, right? And turn it into the suppliers onboarding app. So what we're gonna
okay,
do here is to get back to the App Center.
hmm
Okay, so we have the customer onboarding app appearing here in the App Center, right?
okay.
So I'm gonna design the supplier onboarding, right? Supplier onboarding. Okay, click on show advanced option, customer onboarding, and we're gonna
Ah,
duplicate everything over.
I see. So this is how we did it.
Yep, that's how it's done, right? So two
Okay.
things to do, okay? Oh, three things to do. One is to, when it's ready, we're gonna publish it, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna edit a user view. I'm gonna
Okay.
change the color scheme so that it doesn't look exactly the same, right? And we
Yeah.
also rename the user view, right? So that if not, you're gonna be very confusing. Say that I'm gonna change it to a different theme.
Okay.
That's how it looks like. Supplier onboarding. Oh, not good. Okay, let's see. Dun, 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 dun,
Another
dun.
term.
Okay, this is better now. Supply onboarding.
Yep.
Okay, and one last thing, it is writing into the same table. Okay,
Ah,
it
okay.
gets a little bit technical here. Just think of this as a folder where you keep all the papers, right?
Okay.
Right now it's
Okay.
going into the same folder.
Alright.
This might be the most technical things that we come to so far in these
Okay.
trainings. Right, supply onboarding (SO), right? SO account, right?
I see. So
So
it's
that
basically the way
mm,
that we name the table, or in other words, the
mm,
visual folder, I would say.
Yep. So then we have it in the app center here, supply onboarding.
Mhm.
Of course, if you want to, we can just add icon to it through the user view builder. So supply
Mm.
onboarding, there we go.
Okay. I
And there we
see.
go.
This is awesome.
Yep.
Alright.
Hope that this helps.
Yeah, definitely. So, I think we have spent about, say, about 30 minutes and two apps are done. So,
mm,
Hero, this is absolutely cool.
Glad it
So,
helps.
yeah, let me wrap the things up and move on to the
Sure.
before and after slide. Adrian,
All right.
can I cover you to share the slides?
Sure, hold on.
All right, let me move on to the next slides. Okay, so let's see. Before we get to use Joget, I'll need to use paper forms to collect the details and manually clean the data into Excel. Now that with the customer and supplier onboarding app, I can pass the digital forms around to my customer and supplier, and they'll be the one to fill out the forms. Okay, this is not bad. That means, in other words, I will be able to see the results immediately, and this will help to save the time, and my team cannot focus on the much more prioritized tasks. Okay,
Yep.
cool. The second point, let's see, clean and organized data. Let's recall when we go through the data list builder earlier, I believe we can actually arrange it nicely according to the order. We can sort it, we can even bold it or add another color to make it much more prominent. And with that, I believe we can now keep track of the onboarding status anytime and anywhere from all devices, even if it is during internet connection downtime.
Yep.
Okay, this is
Yep.
awesome.
Yep. Yep. And yeah, of course, I show you how we can control data, assert permission controls at different areas and different levels. I'm sorry. So
Yep.
yeah, so I hope that your data security has improved.
Definitely. As
Mm.
the information now is being gathered at the same place, right? All of our authorized teammates will now be able to access and retrieve the information as and when required.
Yep.
And we will be able to centralize the data as well and constantly monitor it, keep track it
Mm.
so that everything is in place and minimize the mistakes and improve the data protection accuracy. Okay,
Yep.
awesome.
Yep. Cool.
So, Hugo, you got it right. Joget has definitely managed to resolve my business challenges and meet my objective. Thank you,
Yep.
Hugo.
Yep. Sure. Right. Happy to help. And thanks for doing this role play. Hope
Yeah,
that
no problem.
is yep.
It's
So
interesting. Yeah.
yep.
So, over to you, Adrian. Adrian, I think you are on mute.
Oh, yep. Thank you so much for reminding. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be now. It's time for the Q&A session. So we do have about 8 minutes left. So we'll probably try to answer 3 or 4 questions before we start wrapping up. And so I can see there's quite a few questions. So the remaining outstanding questions will be followed up through email. Just FYI to the rest. So let's go on to the first question. So this question, I can see there's quite a few of it. So I'm going to just sum it up all up. So most of people are wondering, you mentioned there are tables and what are the DB behind it, the database behind it? Hugo?
Right. Yep. Good questions. So in the demo earlier, I was using I was actually using Joget on Demand. It's a SaaS service. You can just go to jogetcloud.com and just sign up one. So you don't actually need to worry about what DB is being used. But if you have it installed and you have control of the servers, you can actually choose from a variety of RDBMS out there. So we do support MySQL, MariaDB, which is a derivative of it. You can also use Oracle's MS SQLs. We also have customers running on Postgres as well. So RDBMS. Yeah.
All right. So the next question is, I believe it was during the form builder. What's the difference between, on the palette, I think, what's the difference between basic, custom, and enterprise fields in the form?
Okay, right. So Joget is actually available in various editions. We have community open source editions. We also have professionals, enterprise editions, multi-tenants, so on and so forth. So basics is available in community and enterprise is available in professional and above. Hope that answers the questions.
Right. So one question I think is about how can a customer with no account start a workflow?
Right. So yes, you can start. You can just, as long as you have access to the end user view runtime, you are then you can you can already start a workflow process. It is just that if you requires follow up with that same user, you will not be able to identify that user, right? So in our demo earlier, we were seeking for clarifications. So if it's not a name person, name login, we will not be able to clarify. So yes, you can start a process or participate even if you are anonymous.
Okay, so the next question is, it's especially regarding the customer onboarding solution. So usually for eKYC, there's integration with the ID and V solution where you have to scan the ID card and perform liveness detection. How do you integrate the ID and V solution with the SDK?
Very good questions there. We have yes. In short, it is possible. There will be integrations to be done, right? You can just go to our website and check out this what we call as showcases from one of our Joget partners. They actually carries eKYC solutions and integrates it with Joget.
Yep, I think it's under the solution page.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Joget.com, is it?
Yep, joget.com
Okay.
and solution
Okay.
page. Yeah.
Okay. Look for solution. Yep.
Right. So another question is how data are stored in the mobile device or desktop when it's offline mode? Do you use the database or something else?
Right. So we are using it's PWA. So I think we are making use of the local storage, which is provided by the browser itself to store the data while being offline, or to even to cache all the data so that you can view them when you're offline.
Okay, so I think we can do for two more questions before we're gonna wrap things up. So then the
Okay.
second last question is there a limit on number of fields per section or per form?
There is no hard limit on it, but obviously you would like to design and to modularize so that the forms will not be too long, right? Yeah. So there's no hard limit on that.
Right, and the last question is this free or by monthly subscription?
So like I said earlier, there are various editions. You can start free, or even if you were to make use of the, so there are various editions, right? If you're a community, no string attached community, you get to use it for free forever. If you are using the enterprise or the professionals editions, there's a free 3 users license. If it's not enough, you run out of them, then you will need to you can buy some licenses. You can host it on-prem or on cloud. So there are various options to consider.
Right. Oops. Thank you very much. Okay. So, so I think that's about it. So here's a list of resources in regards to Joget. So if you want to learn more about Joget, you can read it over at our Joget knowledge base. So if you prefer a visual approach, you can head over to the video tutorials or sign up for our online learning courses. And don't forget our marketplace, where you can download ready-made apps and plugins. As a reminder, once you exit this webinar, you'll be directed to the survey form, and we appreciate any feedback. So our winners today for the Basic DX course vouchers are, let's see, hold on, give me a moment. We have Kenny Fong. Congratulations, Kenny Fong. And then we have Nick Roberts. Congratulations, Nick Roberts. And we have Sudhir Saini. Congratulations, Sudhir Saini. And I think we have two more. Where is it? Okay,
Yep, two more.
and we have Franco Moran.
Yep.
Congratulations, Franco Moran. And lastly, we have what's this? Tuan Nguyen. Congratulations, Tuan Nguyen. All right, so those are our 5 winners. So we'll be following up with all 5 of you via email to get your course vouchers over to you. Okay, Hugo and Penny, thank you so much for the presentation.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone who joined.
Yeah,
I hope you have a nice
care.
day.
Yep, I would also like to thank everyone for joining And have a great day, everybody. Stay safe.
See you.